Okay, let me turn off this company meeting being set to third party. We know that. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to the monthly website acquisition forum, February 2024 edition. The year already started. People are going back to work. I already went back to work. So the wheel started rolling, and today I am going to give you the latest trends from what's happening in the acquisition and the website investing market, website flipping of online businesses. I am going to, you know what, let me share I prepared even a slide on this. Why do I need to do this? Let me share my screen. It's actually going to see that. Can you see my screen? Just need some kind of approval. Do you see my screen? Okay. Okay, so we're going to talk about the latest trend in digital assets for February 2024. We're going to do a roundtable, which I hope people will participate. I have a giveaway. So turn on your camera, introduce yourself, and stay till the end. And each one of the people joining in here is getting a whole 30-minute call with me, which I usually sell. I'm happy to give that because I want this to be a community and people engaged. So please turn on your cameras and it's a community. Let's talk. So this is what we're going to do very soon. I'm going to share a little bit about what's going on in the market. Then we're going to do assessment of three businesses, three online businesses, two in AI space, rather small, and one in the finance space, finance niche, a rather big one. And the giveaway at the end, whoever stays, of course. I am a digital asset investor. I run a few websites. I consult companies and individuals to buy their websites for companies for growing through website acquisitions. For individuals, is finding the right assets for them and help them train them so they can manage their own websites and basically find the right deals for them with growth and strategy, and eventually make more money from that. So let's start with the round table. I have Nancy and Saw here. I don't know how many people are watching on YouTube right now because you can't see it when the window is open. So I will look at that later. So put your introductions there. Nancy, if you're here, do you want to start? Okay, we'll give a minute to Nancy. I'm not sure she's here. Nancy, you just joined as a subscriber, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Saw, do you want to make a short introduction? Welcome. We're happy to have you. Saw, can you hear me? Okay. Al is my assistant. He's helping me run the show. Oh, I see. Can you put on a video, maybe? Um, the I heard you before, by the way, so maybe, yeah, okay, if you're saying the microphone is not working, maybe just write something, a short introduction here at the text, and if you can turn on your camera, that will be great. Um, okay, so what's going on in the market right now with digital asset? So at the past 6 months, even more, it's definitely became a buyer's market. And what do I mean by that? I mean that, you know what, let me also, before I do that, I forgot to record. And what do I mean by saying it's a buyer's market? So for the past 6 months, we're now in February 2024, even more than 6 months, because of the downtrend economy and because of the higher interest rates, there are more basically the valuation of the websites have gone down. One more reason for that is because of AI. It's not enough in 2024 to have just a website with content and basically content became a commodity. It's very easy to generate. This means that, again, it's not enough just to have content and building links. You need to have an edge when you're buying a website. One edge that a lot of people are going with are newsletters. That's something that is definitely happening, and you see more and more of these, many newsletters in the AI space. So yeah, I'm going to cover 2 AI businesses in this meeting, so you can see and learn from that and maybe acquire those. Hello, Dan. Welcome. Dan, do you want to come turn on your camera and the microphone? We just wanted to do a roundtable, saying who you are, what's your interest, where you're from. Hello, Dan. And how did you get to the meeting here? From which meetup group? I'm a manager. I'm organizing a few meetup groups, so wonder. Oh, and Jason. Hello, Jason. We have Jason as well. Dan, do you want to go ahead?
Hi,
Welcome.
how are you doing? You listen to me?
Yes. How are you?
Yes, I live several years in Israel. Today I'm in Uruguay,
Uh-huh.
and from the meetup, I always get the mailing, and I saw this group. I'm a founder of Aguacer, company dealing with water in urban settings, and trying to add a layer of Internet of Things.
Got it. And what's your interest in website acquisition?
I'm the CEO of the company.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the topic that we're talking about, investing in digital assets.
I want to listen to know what's going on. And for sure, feel closer to Israel these days.
Thank you. Sounds good to me. Tell me, from which of the meetups did you come? Because there are several of them, so I'm not sure. I'm sorry.
I have to look.
The Junction?
The Junction, yes.
The Junction,
Yeah,
okay.
that's a one.
Cool. Welcome. I'm very happy to have you. Jason, do you want to go ahead?
Thank you. Same way.
Okay, Jason might be on a listening mode. Dan, oh yeah, Jason.
No, I'm sorry. I saw this link and I wanted to see what was going on. I'm sorry, Shlomo. I joined a few minutes late there, so I'm not really caught up on what's going on. Apologies for that. But I am excited to see what you guys have for the digital assets investing and the talking around that. So excited to be a part. Thank you.
You're not missing too much. I want to know basically a roundtable, who you are, what's your interest, where you're from, how did you get to the meeting, from where are the meetups, and then I'll move forward.
Okay, sure. So yeah, my name's Jason. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. Used to building software in the corporate world, looking at doing some solopreneur styled investing to have some business on my own, as well as another startup I'm running, helping other entrepreneurs, basically with a community on that front, and looking to have some kind of passive assets I can grow this way, or slightly more passive. I learned about this. I think I found your YouTube channel through somebody over time, and then I found this through there and joined your mailing list. So
cool. Thank you. Great having you. Thank you. Okay. We have Daniel. Hi. We spoke before. How are you doing?
Hi,
Daniel,
everyone.
last time was in Hong Kong. I'm not sure if you're still there.
Yes, still in Hong Kong. So it's good to join again.
If I remember correctly.
Yes, that's also correct. In Vintage Watch is very good memory. So also basically wanted to join again to see where this evolves. Like I know you've been spending a lot of time in it. I'm also still looking at it as a potential passive investment channel. So yeah, just glad to be here again and learn from you.
Okay, I want to encourage you guys to stay till the end, camera open, and thank you for introducing yourselves. I want to encourage people for that to be a community. So the more people being engaged, it's better. I'm then doing a giveaway. So whoever stayed all the way to the end, camera turned on, engaged, I'm very happy to have a call with me afterwards. I usually charge for those. That would be half an hour call, and very happy to do that. So please stay with us. If you can turn on your camera, be engaged, that would be awesome. Let's move on. So I spoke briefly about the current trend in the market. It's a buyer's market. I'm not going to go into all the details again, but basically, you need an edge now in 2024 when you're investing in niche websites. You need to have some kind of another asset except of having content and have links on your website. Many people build newsletters right now. So that's definitely a trend out there. And many also others are going more into SaaS instead of just per se digital assets, not digital asset, content websites. So these are definitely two trends that I am seeing nowadays. I want to go ahead and do the deal assessment that I prepared for you today. Feel free to come to jump in and ask questions. I am going through 3 listings that I found, 2 smaller ones in the AI space, NI niche, NI, AI niche, and another one in the finance. If you watched, if you came through the YouTube channel, and Jason just mentioned, I have many more videos there where I'm doing deal assessment over there, so you can learn more about that. So I encourage you to go and to watch those. You'll learn more better how to assess a deal and be better at that, and then find your own deal, of course. So the first one, let me do reshare. Hold on. Let me do reshare. Here, share screen. There are a lot of options here with sharing right now with Zoom. You see my screen, right? Cool. Okay, so the first asset that we're going to talk about is from Microns. Micron is a marketplace for different websites. Usually it's not content websites. It's more of a smaller SaaS businesses. Usually on the smaller scale. This is kind of the sweet spot at around $15,000 of businesses that they have. They have higher ones, they have lower ones, but usually that's about the number. So the children book AI generator, that's the one I chose for today. Create books for kids in 5 minutes using AI. I showed that to my wife, and she thought this is quite, let's say, cynical to have this kind of sad thing to that you just generate a children's book with AI, but that's the business here for today. It was published very recently, so just a week ago on January 29th. The asking price is 15,000. Look, this website make an annual recurring revenue of 1,500, and it has 500 customers. It was launched last year. It's a web app. Let me see what else is on the details, and then we can dive in more into how it looks. And I also have Ahrefs, so some of the keywords and stuff over there. Okay, so who's selling? It's Gregory from France. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing your name right, Gregory, with a French accent. If you're French, please correct me. 30 days of post-sales support included. This thing is pretty standard in the industry to have 30-day post-sale support included. The problem is that you need to know what this post-sale support, actually, what's behind these words. Is this just email? Are these Zoom calls? Is this phone calls? Are these whatever, chat? And maybe you can even negotiate more than that. It's the standard, but of course you can go further with that. So this is something when you're looking at this listing is asking the seller what exactly these 30 days include. Let's go to the overview. Web app with 1,500 annual revenue and 500 customers. The target audience is Amazon KDP editors. If you don't know what Amazon KDP is, this is basically the platform in Amazon to publish ebooks. There are many people, there are actually whole business KDP businesses out there, which I'm seeing as a niche website investor. So this is actually also an asset by itself, KDP Amazon account. But this business is for those holding those accounts. Using my project, you can generate and design, create beautiful illustrated books for children in just minutes. The tool is perfect either for a gift or for producing books in large quantities. So the large quantities is for the KDP editors. The tool can also be used by individuals. Let's say parents want to generate books for their kids. You can also selling personalized books with an e-commerce brand, of course. We talked about that. Credit business models are credits. Build with TypeScript, Next.js, Supabase, which I don't know what that is. Okay, with a bit of marketing, you can easily 10x the revenue. We have a lot of traffic and sales with zero marketing, just product hunt launch. Blog post can really work well, ads also. This is a very general kind of listen to what you're saying kind of marketing advice. You need to make a thorough due diligence with every business that you buy and be very attentive to what people are saying. I mean, it's very easy to say such words. So, 10x revenue, fine. We'll look at the numbers in a minute, whatever they're supplying. Also with microns, one of the problems is that it doesn't give too much information. And then you need to start to contact the founder and get get the P&L, get Google Analytics access, viewing access, sometimes Google Search Console. These three things, by the way, are with every business that you need to, an online business that you acquire. So this is very, very important. Okay, business model, credit system to create a book, target customers, parents and KDP editors. This is the tech stack. Take into account with this, especially when buying SaaS. When you're buying a business, it's not only about the numbers. It's very likely that these people were the developers. It's a small project. Hence, if you're buying and you're not a developer, you need to add in the costs for development, whatever that will be. This is also important questions to ask the seller of what kind of a developer you need and what kind of expenses and time commitment you need to expect with that. That will help you evaluate if this business is for you. With 1,500 annual recurring revenue, okay, so we're talking about $100-something a month. You probably, you don't have too much where to go with this. Okay, if you're not a developer, you don't have a lot to spend. You probably need to take money out of pocket. Reasons for selling: don't have time for this project. We are launching a new project. Okay, fine. These are the expenses. So about $75 a month on this. Asking standard industry multiples, lots of customers with zero marketing. To be honest, this is not the industry multiples, not at all. So let me do some calculations. I just want to make sure you see my calculator if I'm doing share on whole screen. Thank you. Okay, so currently, let's do how much it's monthly. Recurring revenues, and this is not profit. So let's go for revenues first. That's monthly, 125 minus 75 monthly for these expenses. Now, here's the thing: multipliers have gone really down at the past 8 months or so. So instead of an average of 30 to 45 with the monthly profits, we're now talking at around 25, 30, sometimes less, sometimes more, but the average has gone down. Now, this is a SaaS. It's not a content website, so you need to evaluate it a little bit differently. Still, even if you add those multipliers, even if I'm going to take 40, okay, for the revenue, it's still $2,000, okay? So their asking price is based on the development time and the effort that they made. However, I will heavily renegotiate this asking price over here. It's very impressive to have 500 clients so far, so fast. I'm not saying it isn't, but you need to see more than $50 a month revenue there. And yes, there is a room for growth. I'm going to get into this in a sec. There is a competition, childbook.ai, and the assets, code base, website, domain, emails. Emails are important because you can resell, okay, and give special deals maybe to subscribers or people who already bought, coupons, things like that. Traffic metrics, let's look at that. These are a little bit too small microns and you can't make them bigger. Let me zoom in. Unique visitors, 4K, that's 300% up. And page views is also 250% up. Now this is for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6-ish month. So that's around 700 unique visitors a month. Good bounce rate. Okay, 54 is very, very low. That's very good. And visit duration is also pretty good. Let's look at the revenue metrics. Okay, this is a French, but this is basically what the website made during from when it started. So you see January is here, it's January 2023. Here it's January 2023 to January probably 2024. And you see here from January to January 2024, and it started here, let's say it's around the third of a year, so probably in April. It's a total of those 1,500 euros. Okay, so that's about the numbers that they're talking about. So I'm using these screenshots to validate the information that the listing is giving me. There is not always full correlations between those, so you really need to dive into what the seller is giving you, and of course then start asking questions. But that will also get you a lot of information or things to think about what you should ask the seller when you are getting on a call with. What else do we have here? Okay, no more on the listing. Let's look at other things here on the website. Not on the website, I'm looking at the actual website. So this is Create Book AI. This is how it looks. You can buy credits, as they said. This is how you make the books. Hold on. And then you have a form. It's probably sending this then to ChatGPT, to OpenAI, and to Midjourney to create those books. You're putting in some parameters, and then you have FAQs here. Very simple, one page, that's all. Now, I want to talk a little bit about growth opportunities here. One thing that you can do, of course, is change the pricing. Look at this. Let me let it load. So with 500 clients, they made $1,500. Okay, 500, 1,500. That's $3 per book. But they're selling it here for 10. Again, something to ask the seller, what exactly happened? Maybe they just gave freebies at the beginning, so it's not exactly clients. Pay attention to that. It's probably not 500. That's a question to ask. So every book costs 50 credits. You can buy 50, 500. You see here, it's not 10 times more with the price. It's not 100. So there is a discount here. And again, 1,000 credits. Again, another discount here. For conversion, I would emphasize how much the discount is, just to show people how much they get. I would create except of showing the books here, and there are testimonials here at the bottom. I think they are. Yeah, I would put the testimonials much further up, or maybe put them in there higher up, just so people would see it. I would probably then, do a showcase of the books that people have created, because that's actually what makes a difference there. I see this P. This is probably from Product Hunt. So these are people who got these. Okay, these are part of the clients. See that? See P over here? That's from it goes to Product Hunt. You see the link at the bottom, producthunt.com. Awesome idea. Frankly, I know a freelancer who has made far too much money writing children books. He says it's just really easy. So I think this is obviously something AI can do. Da, da, da. I'm trying to see if they paid for this or not with Product Hunt. Amazing product. I'm in love with this. I'm not sure. You know what? It's probably not 500 clients, okay? You need to ask the seller, but it's probably not that. Anyway, I would add a showcase and showing what people have made with that. Overall, the deal is too high. I mean, the asking price is too high, in my opinion. You should heavily renegotiate this. Don't go ask for more detailed traffic metrics. You see, you have here only till December. Actually, this might be only projection. This is only till November. I don't know. So ask about that. So what happened afterwards? And of course, check the competition. Oh, and I wanted to show you Ahrefs. Ahrefs is a platform for following and seeing how websites are strong, what keywords they're ranking for, what domain names they have. So look at that. This is a DR is a rank which is rather low. It's a number between 0 and 100. So it's still rather low. You see that there are more and more referring domains over here. This is the blue line. And the organic traffic kind of fluctuating. Now, this is an estimation tool. It's not, you still need to get the actual numbers, but when you don't have access to that, you go to tools like SEMrush and SEMrush and Ahrefs, and there are many, many others. One positive thing, look at this keyword growth, okay? How many keywords it's ranking for? Most of them are, you see all keywords, 36. It started very recently. Something interesting that you see here, so at the bottom, this part here, first of all, there are no 1, 2, 3 position keywords. You see there are 4 to 10, so the first page. And then when you're getting here, there are no more first page results with this one. What exactly is happening? Okay, ask the seller about that. You need to work here on SEO to get those ranking back. So it's doing very well with growing the other categories, but these are not first page keywords. Let's look at the keywords quickly, and then we'll move to the next one. Keywords are pretty relevant. Look at this, 33 keywords, AI generated book, AI book creator, create book, AI generated book. So I wonder why it's not ranking for anything, children's book. Maybe there is no, there are no searches for that. I'm not going to do it now because it will take more of the time, but it's something to check. But you see that definitely not on the list here. Oh, here, AI children's book. You see the KD, the keyword difficulty is not too high. It's actually rather low. You see, just lost it, and this it's very high, very low ranking. Definitely something with SEO that you need to figure out. Probably when you add also success stories and more of the keywords for a children's book is added there, that also can help with the SEO. I'm going to move to the next one, but before this, anyone has any questions about my analysis? Anything else that wasn't clear? Okay. So nothing here. I'm going to move to the next one, but I see we have another participant here. Mikhail, do you want to come on video or maybe a microphone and make a quick introduction? I'll give him a few seconds. Let's do that. And then I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to go again with another assessment. Okay. Let me do that. Share screen again. Cold leftovers. Sorry. A little bit of cough. Okay, next one. Next one is an AI emoji generator. And this one is also from Microns. See here. AI emoji generator, create unique custom emojis in seconds with AI. The asking price is 5,000. Okay. ARR, look at this one versus the other one, which was 1,500. This one is 800. So about half. 79 customers, just launched in 2023. It's a web app. You see it here. I'm going to go up to Ahrefs and see the website in a sec. So you see how it looks. Same story with the 30-day post-sale support included, okay? Ask what this support is including. It's very general. I don't like this so much here in Microns when they are saying this. It needs to have more details. This is Archie from UK selling this. Overview, web app with $832 annual revenue, 79 paying customers. Target audience, anyone who wants to create an emoji. The project is an AI emoji generator, generated 850. 10,000 organic visitors a month, which is very strong, okay? I've read somewhere here that just launched it, so it's pretty nice growth, and you'll see it in a sec. You can give it any prompt, and we'll turn it into an emoji, which we can then save to your phone or share with the link. Me and two other friends built a startup in October, okay, just 4 months ago. We're now in February as a fun project, and we launched it quickly on Product Hunt, got 204 upvotes, and within a few hours, they made the first sale. That's really, really nice. So they had a validation there. So they wanted to grow it, and they made it free with up to three emojis a day and created a content directory for SEO. Cool. Now they're selling for unlimited emoji generator. We pay $9.99 lifetime deal. We would have liked the experiment more, but we haven't found the time to work on it since launch. So this is $9.99 for a lifetime deal. I assume that it sends API calls to Midjourney and OpenAI and such. For a lifetime deal, it's probably not a good thing. It's too low. I would even say, there are more and more costs with running those at the back end for more API calls. So probably need to move to a different business model, probably a monthly one. However, how many times do you really need an emoji and need to create that? So you need to kind of balance it somehow. Interesting growth that you can do here, something you can do for growth is maybe people generating this and then putting it on a marketplace on the website so other people can buy it, okay? Probably at a very low price though, and then maybe you can take a cut because generally speaking, they can create it themselves. So just something very unique might work. They generated 90,000 emojis. That's a lot. And the traffic is 10K. Search console stats, so 21,000 clicks, 200,000 impressions, CTR of 9.8, which is great, and average position 6.6. I'll show you the keywords in a second, Ahrefs. This is indeed the data from Ahrefs. I looked before, DR13, backlinks 466, and 642 traffic value, which is very random for Ahrefs. These are sometimes just vanity metrics with a traffic value. Growth opportunities. So these are interesting. Look at this iOS app to integrate with sticker API. I think that the second one is very interesting. Slack app to go into the B2B niche. So companies, of course, tend to pay more. It's not the employee that is paying. Therefore, you can go more into that and let companies create their own emojis. So I think this is very interesting to integrate this with Slack and go into that niche. You need to experiment with pricing. Again, I think $9.99 is pretty low, and reduce costs by hosting your own model. I'm not sure what that means, something to ask the seller. Again, not too much information with listings and microns, unfortunately. Business model, free to use for 3 emojis and then 99 lifetime. Let's see what else we have here. Anyone who wants to create an emoji, that's target customer. Tech stack. Again, if you're not a developer, I said that on the previous listing again, if you're not a developer, you need to put some money on the side for for these expenses. Let's have a quick calculation of the multiplier while we're talking about that. Oh, I turned off the
Got the question here,
calculator.
Slomo.
Yes, go
So
ahead,
when
Daniel.
when it comes to the tech stack and you would need to hire like developers, like what are the best channels you explored to find developers for reasonable price and with the high quality you would expect?
You need to sift through a lot of noise or interview a lot of programmers to really find the right one for you, and depends on how much money you make or you have, to expense on these kind of
Would it
things.
be
That
through like sites as like, I know, Fiverr or like any kind of specific
you can do Upwork and
platforms?
Fiverr and these, probably Upwork. We're actually now hiring for one of our websites a developer, and that's a PHP developer. And we sifted through quite a lot because many times they say that they do what they say, and then when you're, jumping into the details, what do you do here? How do you do that? They don't know how to answer it. So you really need to go through many of those. In terms of pricing, depends from uh, which countries. It can go from very cheap, $5-10, and it could go to 100 or even more, depends on the expertise that you need. Some of the things here, so
Thank you.
you're welcome. I hope that answered your question. I mean, it's work to find the right person for you, of course.
Yes, indeed. It's always the biggest challenge, right?
When you are going to SaaS, that's one of the challenges. But I know of I've heard of people who are buying SaaS who are not tech people, and it still works. Okay, treat it as a service you need to buy to grow your business. Basically, if you can do all the rest, and then you have a developer for that. Just know that you need to take money out of pocket. Let's make a quick calculation with the multiplier. So that was 832 divided by 12, $70. 5,000 divided by 70, that's very high. Okay, but again, it's a SaaS. So take that into account, okay? The multipliers will be higher. Versus the other business I showed, I think this one is makes more sense to pay that price. First of all, it's not that expensive. And and I see more opportunities in this one and less competition than the other one. I'm going to go for the asking price reasoning. Let's see. It has generated revenue, has an organic acquisition channel through SEO, and we think it has a lot of unexplored areas, such as going to the B2B, creating iOS for stickers, experimenting with pricing. There are also obvious cost saving. I think that the best positive thing here, of course, these are all growth engines, is that it already has 10,000 people on the website. Okay, you can probably already make some more income just by posting ads there, okay, just to recoup your revenue. If we're talking about, let's say, so with 10,000 people, let's say 10 per mil. Okay, so per mil, that would be, of course, 10 times 10. Yeah, that will be $100 more per month. So I took an cost per mil, so that's kind of the industry measure for how much money you make from online ads or ad networks. I've seen numbers from very low as 1 to 70 or 80 or crazy things like that. I personally have a website which is around 35. It used to be 50 something for this kind of metric, but kind of the average or the standard that people take for these calculations is 10. So even if you just put ads there for 10,000 people, you can probably make another $100 a month on this website. So when I'm taking 5,000 divided by 170, which is what it's going to make as my estimate, that's already a very reasonable multiplier for this kind of business. It doesn't mean I wouldn't negotiate it, just another thing to think about. Competition, according to Ahrefs, all these, you see those. We'll see that in a sec. Included assets, website, domain, Stripe customers, database. Stripe, that's an important point. Some countries, like in Israel, we don't have Stripe. So make sure that you can migrate, you can open a Stripe account so you can buy this business. It's either for countries that don't support, go and open a company in a country which does support Stripe. So the common thing is open an LLC in the US. It costs a couple of hundreds of dollars, and you can do that. And then, of course, accounting expenses and all that. Or another option is just move them to another platform, but then you're probably going to lose clients over there. With this case, I'm not sure, though, because this is not recurring payments. It's just one time, so maybe it doesn't matter. But it's definitely something to think about. Metrics. Again, let's zoom in. Microns should do a zoom in by click, but they don't have it. Ilya, please fix this. He's the owner. Visitors, 10,000. Page views, 17,000 in the last 30 days indeed. Vercel. Okay, Vercel is a platform for, which I don't know, for traffic. Okay. Most of it from Google. You see that. Russian market, yandex.ru over here. Okay, the homepage is the top one. I don't know what these are. E and then a code. I would give a name here. That would help with SEO. If they are giving a code for each page that is generated, excuse me, it's not helpful for SEO because on the URL slug, you're losing the SEO there, the SEO juice. So this is definitely something to fix there with SEO. Revenue metrics. Let's look at this. Okay, this is with British pounds. 656. I assume that's the $832 they mentioned. So you see they had a bump here. That was the product hunt, hunt launch over here. And then it's down. I'd say this is around 500. So this, I guess, is around, I don't know, 170 or something like that it's making. That's my estimation here. So this is around about the cash flow that it's making right now. How it works. Okay, I'm not going to turn this on, and we're not going to watch 4 minutes here with this. Let's look a little bit at this one over there. Where is it? That's the website. Okay, emoji generator. They are about to move from $9.99 to $29 lifetime deal now. Okay, so they are now selling more of the $9.99. I'm not sure when they're going to do this, of course. But I don't know if that generates more sales or not. You describe the emoji, then you have featured emojis, latest emojis, you see that. React.js, somebody created this. I think they're losing on the, yeah, look at this. Look at the URL at the bottom. Just by hovering, you see the link. They don't use any SEO. So I would use here, beautiful baby in, let's say here, cricket, wicket, at the end, emoji at the SEO level. And that will bring in more traffic, more search traffic for those, of course. definitely something to fix here in this website. Okay, not too much here. Okay, let's look at the hrefs. As they mentioned, indeed, DR13, lots of backlinks and keywords, 106. This is only from October. Look at this. And then a nice growth from October. And you see many keywords, not many, but keywords at the front page. That's the bottom line here that I'm pointing at. And it's still in growth. Everything is in growth. These are this is the competition. I haven't checked those, but the one we're talking about is somewhere here. There's another one here, beatmoji.com. Let's look at the backlinks. So when you're looking at the hrefs with backlinks, look at this. DR, that's how strong the website that is pointing to that business, to this website. These don't count so much. Okay, Substack. I'm looking at like real ones. This is their product hunt launch, so CDR 291. But then see here, tech.sapo.pt, 87. This is in French. They have best link. C2 intelligent. You see that? That's a real link over here. It has a very strong DR of 84. Daily Digest, AI for all jobs, see 84, 84, 82. So very strong and good link profile with this one. Some of them are, of course, trash, but not all. Telegram, what's that? Meaningless. Okay, but still, good link profile. Let's look at the keywords. Over here, organic keywords. Look at this. All relevant keywords. Emoji generator, number 3 over here, 4,000 searches. The keyword difficulty is 43. Okay, it's a medium difficulty kind of keyword. It gets the SERP feature. So it's number 1, it's at the top. It's not the link. Then you have randomizer, twin tower emoji. Okay, fine. That's a number 3. They're all around emoji creator, emoji generator. So all very, very relevant. That's really, really good for this kind of business. Let's see what else. See, they're all of them. Emoji generator, emoji creator, and so on and so forth. Make emoji, okay? And some of them, if I remember correctly, even have 2, yeah, look at this. Have 2 more real estate on the first page. Look at this. So this one has emoji generator over here with the SERP features. And then you get emoji generator again. But I don't understand why they're only, not this one, sorry. Emoji gen, it's spelling mistake. There's somewhere here another generator and it has more than AI emoji generator. I don't know why there are only 40 searches for that. The volume should be much, much higher. Okay, I probably need to look into this because it's supposed to be this. It's emojis and not emoji. Okay, got it. That's the mistake here. This is with a spelling mistake. Anyway, what I'm trying to tell you, it's all very relevant. It's a wonderful keywords to rank for with this kind. And you can see that you can do a lot more with the SEO by changing the slug of the URL. I'm sure that will even let it rank for even more keywords. So overall, very interesting business to look at. You can add the ads very easily and recoup some of the investment. And I see here a lot of room for growth. Okay, any questions before moving to the third one?
Yeah, Shlomo, I have a couple of questions for you real quick.
Yeah, sure. Any specific screen I should go with? The tab, I mean?
No, this one's fine. I just learned what cert meant. I didn't realize what that meant. So I
Oh,
understand that now. But my real question is going to be, I noticed on this thing on their ad, they showed that they had three free, emoji generations per month or per
yeah.
day, and now they went to one, increased the pricing. It still looks like they're losing money though, holistically, right? With their fees or what they're running it. The AI generator thing was like $130 a month, whatever, all this stuff adds up. So they're probably breaking even. With a business this new, I'm a little bit unfamiliar with the backlink aspect of what you went over with Ahrefs. Where's the value at? I mean, I think that other people could build this emoji thing pretty quickly, but where's the value? Is it more on the emojis, the software side, or is it more on the web presence, or is it kind of balanced? If that
I
question
think
makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's kind of balanced. You're right that the fact that it's a really, really new business is a risk there. I would look at businesses that are at least 3 years old. We don't have these with AI, okay? So the whole industry is with AI,
Sure.
because it's all new. But on the other hand, for this price point and the opportunity there, I'm not sure it's not a bad deal, I think. It's definitely something to look at. And yes, there is competition, but you know what? There is enough people in the world creating emojis. So
Right. It also
there's
seems to
room
me
for
that
that.
it also seems to me that this could easily be expanded into favicons and logos as well, right? So if you get the traffic there, it seems like you could easily expand it to other offerings. So,
There are really
okay.
a
All
lot of things you can do with that.
right, that's it. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, so I'm going to move to the next one. And this one is a big, much larger deal. Okay, sorry, and this one is from Flippa. Flippa is the biggest marketplace, one of the first, if not the first one for digital assets. And this one is a finance niche website selling for $500,000. Okay, a whole different price point. But there's more to work here in terms of data, and I like these kind of businesses. You see, there's a lot more information here on Flippa. So I'll go through the listing, and I also downloaded the P&L, which you don't have on Microns, so we can look at it together. So first thing first, interesting things about the listing. This is the asking price, $500,000. You see there are almost 4,000 views, and there are people watching, over the listing here, 138. I'd say quite high. I usually see less of that. On Flippa, you have two ways to sell, either by bidding or by classified ads. This is a classified ad. It's even sponsored. Okay, they're paying money here to have them on top. So this means that they are making good money from that. So they have the budget to spend it and sell. This is a SaaS. Okay, it's not a content website. Very important here. Again, think about all those I mentioned before. Development costs. Okay, we'll see about that. I'm going to go through these in a sec. Let's just quickly go to the seller, because there is something here about the seller. So it's Nad from Canada. He's verified here. It has a tiny transaction here of $500. It's a good sign. You know what? I would expect, to have higher deals when you are selling something for $500,000. Of course, not always. I kind of, you want the verification to be complete, and that's a good thing, of course. You want transactions with good feedback, of course, and that's a good thing. Somehow it just feels to me, have something here for, I don't know, 10,000, 20,000, something like that at this size, but whatever, just personal feeling here. And you can go to the profile and see more details here, but I'm not going to go into this again. I want to focus on the listing itself. So this is AmpliTrade. It's 11,000 month net profit, low maintenance. Everybody say that. Put that aside. 7-year subscription business with intellectual property included, exponential growth potential. Everybody says that. Ignore. Crypto accepted. Great. Site age 7 years. Profit margin 79. Okay, so it's not like content websites where you see 90, 95% profit margin. It's different. Not crazy high page views, 1,700 on average. Now on Flippa, they don't use the monthly multiplier, but a yearly multiplier for their profit. So every so 3.8, let's say 3, just easier, is 3 years, so 36 months. Okay, and here it will be 36 plus 8, so it's 44. Oh no, it's not 8 months, whatever, 0.8 out of the year. Okay. Performance overview. You see the revenue is 1,300, 13,000, almost 14,000. So that's the revenue. Okay, and we are here looking at profit. That's the difference. You see here? That's how we get to a profit margin of 79%. It's pretty stable, 7,000. Then November, one crazy month. Question, why? Traffic is going up, uptrending, and then down. And that's up to January, which I like, because sometimes you don't see all the information, all the data, all the way till the time that you're looking at listings. So that's a good thing. And this listing is here for a while. You'll see, you know these kind of things, but looking at the comments, how far they are, and we'll see that later on. About the business highlights: monthly net profit 11,000, recurring revenue 10,000, monthly recurring revenue. That's great. Low maintenance, 1 hour per week. When you're buying a business, even with this, of course, you need to put more time with this. You bought it probably to grow it, so it's not that 1 hour a week. Okay, 80% profit margin, 814 customer lifetime value, which is great, and you see that the customer acquisition cost is only 70. You can basically spend up to $814 per client to get a client and still make money there. So that's a wonderful metric. If it's correct, you need to look into this, that you can spend. So definitely, it's probably a room for growth there, because if you can spend more on pay-per-click and other ads, that's a good thing to have. If it would be, customer acquisition cost would be 70, and then the lifetime value would be 100 something, nah, here it's great. It's more than 10 times more. 7.5 years in business and intellectual property included. Okay. It's a subscription-based business offering model portfolios. It's a portfolio that the investor can copy, and the aim is to provide investor with better returns than the traditional mutual funds. Okay. It's a proprietary algorithm that picks the stock. Once you buy it, you need to understand what the algorithm is, okay? Because you need to know how to maintain it. They are saying that it was developed over the span of a year by the owner. And it's coded in Python and hosted on an online platform. Great. It's remained unchanged for the first 7 years and was updated in November 2023. He's saying this later on, that this is also the reason that there was a bump in sales. Why? I don't know what's the relation to that. Something to ask them. It will not require the maintenance or update for the next 10 years at least. I'm a little concerned about these kind of sayings, because things change in the market all the time. So how can you make such a statement? A freelancer and the current business owner can be hired. Oh, the current, sorry. Business owner can be hired, reasonable fee for updates if required in the future. Okay, remember that development costs I'm keep telling you about? These are the kind of things you need to pay attention to over here. See, okay, he's already offering to be hired by the buyer. Okay, the service signs up, and then he basically get an automatic email with information how to use the model portfolio. Then once a month on the first trading day, or once a week, they're getting email with the latest update. And then basically the person needs to go and do that trading by themselves. That's what they're saying here. AmpliTrade does not provide copy trading services. Customer can update their subscription information via self-service portal. Customer question support are handled over email. Great. Operations. It's operated by the owner and virtual assistant. And the owner spends one hour a week. This is a list of the instructions, what the owner is doing every week. It's basically getting the information, putting it on an email, exporting and stuff like that. Everything else is handled by the virtual assistant. They have been trained, and you have standard operation procedures, SOPs, if you heard that term before, for all possible cases, which is wonderful. Part of the big problems of owning a SaaS is getting the right information to run it yourself. If everything is documented and maybe you're getting those employees, then that's wonderful. Let me turn the light on here. Hold on. Okay. So this is what the virtual assistant does, answering Lee's questions, responding, refunds, things like that, marketing. Customers are acquired through evergreen meta ad campaign. Traffic is directed to the website homepage where a visitor can either subscribe directly or sign up to a newsletter and get 1 month free. There are sporadic emails to encourage leads to convert to paid customers, and limited times offer. Okay. Other ad platforms like LinkedIn and Twitter have been tested in the past and showed promise. However, the buyer did not pursue testing and optimize on these platforms on Meta was providing enough traffic. Important point about this. So they're talking, you need to understand how much of the traffic is organic and how much it's for ads, how much they're spending on it. We'll look at the P&L and maybe try to assess, but the traffic is not that high. So that's kind of a risk there if you need to keep spending on ads over there and then kind of, keep the engine running. You don't have anything organic in this business, as it seems now that I'm reading it. Finances. You may notice a spike in revenue. Of course, that was very obvious. In November 2023, this coincided with the algorithm update, the introduction of new tier subscriptions. Okay, Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal. It was also the first time we offered sponsored newsletter. Okay, so they started doing sponsored newsletter and they're a SaaS. That's pretty unusual for a SaaS. I'm not saying they shouldn't do it, just saying there's something to think about. But they got $750 for this, which is really nice. The current ad budget provides a stable customer base, revenue, and net profit. If they're doing 750 on one send, they can probably do much, much more if they just get more sponsors. And it seems that it's not too hard. By the way, finance niche, of course, pay very well, okay, with sponsorships, with affiliate marketing, with ads, with everything. So this is all high paying. Opportunities for growth. The business has significant room for growth. A buyer willing to invest part of the profit into advertising will experience immediate exponential growth. Question, why the owner does not do it now? Okay, if they can do that, ask them. Other ad platforms are also untapped, like they mentioned. Google AdWords they haven't used. Meta they used. Twitter and LinkedIn would be the next logical platform to explore. SEO is completely untapped source of traffic as well. As I mentioned, it seems that there isn't a lot of organic traffic, so they really haven't it's really untapped, the SEO here. Creating content targeting long tail keywords could be proved to be very profitable. But this is something, it's hard to predict. It's something that you can do, but you don't know what the results would be. So keep that in mind when you're making an offer for such a business. The finance niche is highly lucrative with a newsletter with over 10,000 subscribers. That's really nice size of a list in the finance niche for a newsletter. Okay, they're already making $750 for every send. Maybe it's a separate business over there just with this. Maybe they can sell it separately. Anyway, 10,000 subscribers, providing additional income through sponsored newsletters. This will provide revenue stream diversification. In November, they offered sponsored newsletter for the first time, and the price was 750, but they're claiming to have 1,500 to 3,000 to be as par with the industry benchmark. I don't know. Research this, find out if these are really the numbers. I'd say this makes sense. I'm not sure about this. Okay. Revenue can be further increased by creating additional product and services. We surveyed our newsletter list and we have a list of such products. Great. Churn rate could be reduced by offering different subscription terms. So here's what I've learned about SaaS. The most loyal and good customers you have are the ones that are subscribing for 1 year. Although you get temporary growth with shorter plans, I'm not sure that is the best thing to do, because then you have overhead with dealing with these kind of clients. It's something to think about. I'm not saying no, but these are not as good clients as the one that are paying a yearly subscription. Customer testimonial. I don't know how your algorithm works, but it has selected some amazing winners in the last 6 months. You're definitely outperforming any other system. Okay. You need to know how they got these testimonials, of course. Where is that? That's very general. I can put that text too. Additional information. The ideal buyer for this business would have a background in online marketing and investing in trading. Anyone can run this business because all processes have been automated, requiring very little time to manage. And that's great. Okay, this is kind of business that if you're buying a SaaS and you're not a tech person, it's something to consider here, because it has all the SOPs. It doesn't seem like it's too complicated technically to run it. You basically need to be a good operator with this kind of deal. You need to validate all the information here with the seller, of course. Okay, they can write whatever they want on these listings. The seller will provide a buyer with support during the transition, explain everything in detail. The owner is selling because they are running 4 other businesses simultaneously. Being serial entrepreneurs, they're ready to move on from this business. They plan on using most of it for crypto trading. I wouldn't do that. Actually, I prefer recurring revenue over crypto trading, but maybe they're really good at that. Fine, great. Financing, that's interesting. The owner is open to different sale terms. Partial seller financing earnout is possible with a minimum of 75% down payment. Payment in crypto is accepted and preferred. So I'm one word about earnout or seller financing. This means that you're paying a down payment. They're offering here 75% as a down payment, and then the rest of the 25% is divided over a period of time and is paid out of the earnings of the website or the business over a period of time. So basically, you are basically the business that you bought is financing itself for a period of time. This is helpful when you don't have all the cash, or usually what happens, you can offer here, let's say 75% of that 500,000, and then say the rest will be over let's say 3 years, okay, or 2 years. Or you can say I don't want the 75,000, I'm paying less, and you're giving and maybe only 12 months of seller's financing. Okay, there are many ways to do that. By the way, for recurring revenue and SaaS businesses, there is a company called Bupos, and they are basically funding, giving loans for these kind of businesses, not so much for content websites. So this is another way of financing digital asset for buying. Let me go ahead. Okay, we've been through this information. The customer lifetime value here is different than what they stated. They stated 800 something. This is 600. Why is the difference? Ask the seller. Okay. And revenue and expenses, I showed that before. That's 7,000, not 7,000. Oh, right. Profit, sorry. 4,000, 4,000, 5,000. Revenue is 7,000. Then it jumps to 68,000 profit. Pretty drastic, right? What happened? What did they do? You need to ask the seller. Okay. These are the expenses. I'm going to go through the P&L in a sec, so you'll see that all these in. And what else do we have here? That's the traffic. You see it goes up. They probably did a lot of advertising. Then it goes down, probably with no advertising. Okay, as the seller, what's going on here? I'm actually concerned about the part here where with the what's the organic versus paid traffic here. Organic 41%. Okay, I don't know. You can't tell from here what's the paid part. But most of it from United States, which is a good thing. Okay, developed countries pay more, stronger clients. These are the list of assets: domain, email addresses, email subscriber list, the technology, the files, everything. Post-sale support included. What's included in that? I've said that a few times. Ask the seller. Now look at this: social media, 5,000 followers. The strongest here is the 10,000, 11,000 subscribers. Look at that. Okay. That's basically your moat when buying this kind of a business. And then I told you at the beginning that you can know from the comments how old the business, the listing is, how long he's been trying to sell it. So look at this. The first one is from December. So already almost 2 months now with different questions of the seller. I don't like that he's deleting. So the seller deleted a comment from Frederick Bach. Why is he deleting comments of other people? That's not a good sign. He's also not very attentive. So look at this, December 13th, and then it takes him 4 days to answer. Sometimes I see that they don't answer at all, actually. That's pretty terrible, of course. And here from January 14th, he didn't mention anything. It could be that this listing is not even on sale anymore, and they are basically just left it there. I don't know. But you see, he's not replying to this guy over here. Let's look at the P&L. Jumping here. You see the spreadsheet, right? Great. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Subscriptions over here. So this is the income and cost, well, no cost of goods. 9,000, 8,000. You see that? And then in November, 73,000. Okay. Let's look at the other numbers. I'm, of course, very interested in the expenses. Advertising. You see this? It's pretty consistent over here. And then look, then in November, they did not spend more on ads. Hence, how come they had more traffic suddenly? What exactly happened? This is the key here with this business because they've done something that was very successful. They don't want to keep doing it for some reason. So, because if not, they wouldn't sell it, right? So what's going on here? Let's look at other things. Processing fees, okay. Refunds, chargebacks, MailChimp, fine. Moonclerk, it's $90. I'm not sure what that is. And virtual assistant is here around 200-ish a month over here. So they don't pay a lot to the virtual assistant. I think that maybe even some of the tasks that the owner does, they can save that 1 hour and even move that to a virtual assistant. Okay, maybe pay them a little bit more. Definitely something you can do. Let's look at the multiplier. So they want, do we have average? We have total. Okay, so this business made 131 net in 2023. Almost 132. 132 divided by 12. 11,000, like they said. And I want to check the price. I know that they have the multiplier there. I want to double check that. Divided by a monthly of 11. 45. Okay, for a SaaS business, this multiplier is actually pretty reasonable. I would still negotiate it down, still on the higher side, especially at this current market trend. I would look even more into what happened here in November. I would expect them to spend much more here to get to this number of sales in November, but they haven't. So what exactly happened and why they don't choose to run the business right now? And yes, they said that they want the business for trading and stuff like that. I don't completely buy it. So ask the seller these kind of questions. What else? Okay, I think that that's more or less what I have to say about this listing. Any questions? Or something that you disagree with me, that's okay too.
I just think I have an observation to share. I think that November thing, it said on there it was a Black Friday sale that they did. So I think they got a lot of publicity on that front, and that's why that revenue shows in November. I think I remember reading that while you were going through it.
You're right. I was aware of that, but it's not like 20% more or 50% more. It's kind of
I get it. I just don't know what the deal was or what they
yeah,
offered, right?
yeah,
So
yeah. No, that there's missing information here, of course. And also, this business exists for 7 years. What happened all the other years, and why can't you give us the P&L of all these years?
and the algorithm changed in November as well.
So
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Maybe that was a marketing ploy. Maybe it actually didn't do anything.
yeah, I don't know, maybe. Overall, I say it's a very interesting listing. I'm not saying that it definitely something to consider, and of course, it's part of the due diligence. Three basic things, as I've mentioned, to buy online businesses would be the P&L, would be the traffic, so Google Analytics viewing account, so you'd know what's the history of the traffic there. Also paid versus organic. And Google Search Console. You'd want to go with all these to find out what the actual keywords and traffic the website gets. Okay. This is what I have for today. Any last questions? I'm happy to answer to stay here a little bit more. And if not, we'll call it a day.
I had
Daniel
one.
saw Mikhail. Yes. Sorry, Jason, go ahead. Okay. I saw that
Okay,
Daniel
so
also
for
just
for the P&L, will you get it from the owner of the site, or it is already on like Flippa?
So it depends. On microns, these are usually you need to ask for them. On Flippa, not always. Most of the time you do see a P&L, but not on every listing. What I'm saying that even if you see it, first of all, with this kind of business, the last one that we looked at, look for the P&L. I mean, ask for a P&L for previous years. It goes without saying here. You need to ask for that. And never, ever buy a business without a P&L. So either it's there on the website or ask them. And also you need to verify this information. So jump into their Stripe account, check whatever you can, check website or ownership. That's part of the whole due diligence process. It's something else I didn't mention. But it's definitely essential, of course.
I just want to express my appreciation for your presentation. Very much appreciated.
Thank
It's
you.
my first time joining in, and for some reason I had the wrong link at the beginning, so it's a bit of a time of the game. Either way, much appreciated. I really look forward to the next session. I'm also quite heavily into online business growth.
Okay. Hope to see you next time as well, and the next monthly meeting. Jason, yeah, sorry,
I
I
just
cut
had
you
one
there.
go back question. You mentioned about the for the larger business, you mentioned there's a financing option. I think you said Bluehost or Blue Post. What was the name of that? I couldn't find it in a quick Google search. How do you spell it?
I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Propose.
But referencing what Mikhail just said too, I really appreciate the chat, an interesting discussion. Appreciate you walking through it.
Thank you very much.
Insightful. Thank you.
Did you get the chat there?
I did. I found
the
it.
business?
Who
They
posted
also pre-vet deals many times from a marketplace called Empire Flippers. These are bigger deals. And basically, you don't need to go find the business, then get their approval, which is usually pretty fast, okay, versus, a bank or whatever, which, banks don't finance digital assets usually. So they know how to do that. They do it pretty fast. But even if you don't want to go through that, in some listing you see pre-vetted by Bupos. So you just know that you have the financing right there.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you everyone for
you.
joining. I will see you next time, and join the videos. Enjoy them. Comment. I'd love that. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye bye.